Hello and welcome to this week's Pound Zero. This week we're going to talk about the necessary evils on my weight loss journey along with my failures this week and ultimately what is currently going wrong with my plan. We'll finish up this week with my favourite recipe of the week, which is beef and rice stuffed capsicum. So this week is going to be a rather short video. This happened as a result of my plan to do a double blind unboxing of the January 2017 Lust Have It mystery box as well as the hit box. But once I actually put the video together, the video is just way too long. So if you're interested in the unboxings, check out my other video that was released today as well, and I'll put a link in the description below. Otherwise, let's get started. There's something very strange going on with my lighting and I cannot fix it for the life of me. But cracking on, this week hasn't been a great week, much like last week, and I've actually come to the conclusion that the plan that I had drawn up for myself while I was on holidays doesn't actually fit with my lifestyle once I'm back at work. While I'd like my lifestyle to fit my plan, it's just not realistic and I'm not meeting my own expectations. At the moment, I need my full-time job, and for the most part, I like my work and I like my colleagues. But at the moment, the job is a little stressful and is extremely demanding of my time, and it's not really going to let up for a few months yet. So if I couple this with going back to school, I'm left with even less time during my waking hours, as I'm actually going to be attending classes after work. So my meal plan and more so my exercise plan don't fit in this lifestyle, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I'm currently replanning both of these aspects with a particular focus on the short-term interests, and I'll share this with you guys hopefully next week. But with that in mind, it's onto the scales. So when I started this journey at the beginning of the year, I was 127 kilos or 264.5 pounds. Last week I weighed in at 116 kilos or 255.7 pounds. And this week, being the end of week 4, and after another week of poor diet and minimal exercise, I've actually weighed in at 115.8 kilos or 255.3 pounds. Now, I'm only down 200 grams or 7 ounces, and of course that's not as far down as I would like, but given this week's poor diet and lack of exercise, I'm actually pleased that it's come down at all. But what's going wrong? As I've already said, much of this week has involved high stress, long days at work, and it's actually been quite exhausting. The last thing I want to do when leaving the office at 7 o'clock in the evening is go exercise and or cook. So takeaway has actually become a very expensive staple. This week, however, I did try to be a little bit more conscientious with my takeaway choices. Rather than just defaulting to the standard burger and chips that you'd get through drive-thru. This was surprisingly easy. A quick Google search while sitting in front of Zambrero's would lead me down the path of getting a burrito bowl and changing the toppings up so it addressed my dietary needs while not blowing out my calories. Nights that I did go and get burgers, I tended to lean more towards the grilled chicken or the fish burgers, and often without the chips. A lot of burger places these days on request will actually make the burger either without the bun or wrapped in lettuce, so you end up with more of a burger salad, I guess. That's not to say that when I went to Kingsley's Chicken earlier in the week, that even though those ads are no longer on our television, that I didn't get the chips, because those chips are awesome, and they're still awesome. So knowing that my next week is going to be very much like my last two, I'm starting to look into other meal options. Of course, there's the standard frozen fare, such as Lean Cuisine or the Weight Watchers meals that you can get through any freezer aisle in Colesworth's. But I'm having a look at some other pre-prepared meal options, such as U-Foods, who deliver fresh, not frozen, to those of us who are time poor. And I will do a review of these meals in the next video. This is going to be a very quick and dirty review of one of the apps I use to track part of the cardio portion of my workout regime when I get to do it. The app and the associated website is called Strava. Now, like all good apps, there is a very usable portion of the basic initial free app, which is available on both Apple and Android app stores, although you can purchase a premium membership and access additional features. It tracks walking, running, and cycling using the GPS on your phone, but it also syncs with most fitness trackers. You can join various fitness communities and sign up for a variety of challenges. The app will also show you new routes for your activities and tracks and analyzes your progress and improvement in time and speed, and will provide you with usable data on your present and past performances and even your PBs. I regularly use this app to track my progress, and it gives me actual facts with evidence, not the alternative facts, that I can use to brag to my friends about. As usual, the link is in the description below. So now it's that time of the vlog where I bring you my favourite recipe of the week. And this week I'm going to be bringing you beef and rice stuffed capsicum. Of course, the link to the recipe is in the description below. This little recipe has a little bit of preparation, but is actually very easy and is not too time consuming, and is ultimately a pretty solid meal. The recipe is a serve 6 recipe, so it's great if you have a big family, but if there's only 2 of you, like myself and my husband, they do keep rather well, and they can be frozen for a short time if you require future meals. Now, while this is a pretty solid meal, I personally found the recipe a little lacking. So I'm a person who enjoys spice. I included some Cajun spice and a little bit of chili powder just to kick it up a little bit. Ultimately, it comes in at around 240 calories, so that leaves a little bit of room for a very hearty salad on the side or a light dessert. Well, that's it from me for another week. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe for more weekly videos and follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description as usual. On the Twitter account, I usually pump out regular tips, recipes, exercises, or just general motivation points. Otherwise, see you next week. Be healthy and be good to each other. Bye.